Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft Living Large. My name is Sam. It's nearing the end of April and I'm finally recording Minecraft again. Life has been busy. As you know if you've watched Diablo, which most people do. Anyway, we're just going to spend about a minute or two going over what I've done since the last time, and we're going to go straight to the nether and build my rail system with redstone and everything. So firstly, a couple new mods. Chest transporter, which is awesome. Oops. Oh, there we go. It's pretty awesome. And portable backpack. But just, I'm not going to talk about those too much in the mod and this video. Also a craft guide, which is awesome. Just hit G, brings up a menu, tells you all the recipes. This should definitely be in the game. It's a great mod. I didn't make this, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. Check out the links in the description below to get them and check them out. I mentioned in the last video, I'm just going to try to build a mansion or a castle here. I tried out a little bit of a castle wall. I did like this pattern, you know, having windows there, some towers, a little entrance. But it's too big to fit here. I mean, this space narrows out right here, and I want to keep this river. So I'm gonna maybe do something like this at the far portal and make something smaller. Maybe like this, just this size. I don't know yet. Also, I did these lights. I got levers under the black wool here. I keep getting creepered on the road, so I'm trying to light it up more. And I started to use a knockback sword, because knockback and smite together is amazing. Knockback so the creepers don't get you. And fire aspect is just a bonus. And then smite for everything that's not a creeper, which is brilliant. It even works in zombie pigmen. Yeah, I got creepered here. Also, as you can see, this used to be a lake. I filled it in. That's all there to say about that. Stuff that's too boring to do on camera. Let's just say that. Okay, that's yeah. I just wanted to show off some of the little things that I've done. Little housework, little maintenance things. Got all my animals penned up here. I need to get some cows in here because this thing is as cool as it is. This cow harvester, as cool as it is, it's impractical. I mean, I don't spend too much time grinding skeletons anymore. I want to use my looting sword for leather. Also, I'm trying to make these buildings look nicer as well. Like my sugarcane farm, I'm trying to make it look nice. I want this to look nice. Anyway. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to show before I go. It's actually kind of on the way. I harvested a whole bunch of clay because I was going to use it for something. I ended up not using it, but I built these cool auto harvesters. They're actually pretty simple. Because you can make a hopper point any way you want, just by clicking it. Like if I click on that block, you can see it's pointing right. If you place it down, it's pointing down. So if you shift and press it on the furnace, so you dump this. Should be filled up with coal. Of course, I'm out now, and you fill up this up with coal. So it's one furnace that's got basically a furnace that holds 5 stacks of coal now. And then you just fill up all these, and now all of a sudden you're cooking tons of stuff. You can see I've all the stuff I've smelted. I got stone. You can smelt netherrack into this stuff. There's all my clay, and it's been good. It's been useful. That's all I have to say about that. Did some enchanting and repairing, as you can see. I keep burning through armor. That's all I wanted to talk about. Good, so I didn't waste 10 minutes talking about nothing. Let's get straight to work now. And here we are in the nether. You can see I've placed lots of blocks. This is where my original portal was, and I had my rail going down here to the stronghold. This is where my button and everything was. So I've moved that down here. A bit of work, as you can see. I also put up this wall in case we have gas coming at us. Over here you can see it's the old rail and the new rail. So it's pretty good. Now, this is what I want to have set up. This is just a simple prototype. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to hook up yet. The idea is that I want to hit the button and have the track switch over to where I want it to be. Now, the problem is I know you can do it with buttons. You just need to add some sort of memory. Because right now, when you hit a button, the track switches on and off again. Let me show you what I mean here in a sec. Let me set this up. So here, for example, I'm just sending this signal down with torches, as you can see. If I can get this back in my inventory. There we go. Yeah, so the signal comes in here and it flickers this torch off as soon as it comes in. So each one of these buttons and or levers will just flicker this torch on and off, which powers the block above it, as you can see. So if I put this back, so if I put a rail on top of this block, it'll switch position every time redstone signal comes in. So what I did first, for example, is I just laid out my track all along here. I kind of took this apart to show you how it works here a little bit. So that the idea is that you come in, you have some sort of dispenser card here, so you jump in, you hit a button here, it dispenses a card, you're running along, then you hit the button of the place you want to go, and then it switches to that track. And you come along here, and if you're going along here, it'll just go straight, because when it gets to here, it can go forward. It's loud, and when it gets here, it can go straight. So just it doesn't turn unless it has a reason to. Like when it gets from here to here, it can still go straight, so it does. But when I hit this lever here, that powers the torch down there. Powers this block. Oop, no, not that one. Oh no, it's not hooked up yet. Let me need one more piece of rail here. I'm also out of iron, so my tracks are really low, because I actually went down and sent the tracks all the way to the portal here, and this one goes to the nether fortress. Oh, I thought I put sign here labeling it. Yeah, this one goes to the nether fortress, this one goes to my far portal, and of course the stronghold track. So let me show you. Like, it starts out like this, right? You run one straight track by, and then this one comes in to join it. It looks like a T. Now, you might be thinking how that's going to work. So if you flick it a few times, this is what it's like when it's off now. So again, you're coming straight through, and it just goes straight. It doesn't turn. But as soon as you flick it over, it turns the opposite way. So redstone power switches these corners over. So now, it'll skip past all of these, but it'll go up this one, because this is the one that's on. So whatever one's turned on, now the cart will turn up here and go. Of course, that's with the lever systems. So if you go here, and now if the next time you come back you want to go a different spot, you have to turn this one off and this one on again. Because if you have 3 or 4 of them on, it'll just take the first one that's turned on and leave the rest of them. So that's my solution so far. So it's kind of working. Also, not all these are hooked up yet, because I don't think I'll need this many. I started out having them spaced out, and then I realized I could do them side by side using repeaters. But now, of course, this is more destinations than I need, so I'm gonna build something smaller. And also try to get something with buttons. Yeah, like you can see, if I hit a button here, this track will switch to this way, but then it'll switch back. So need some sort of piston memory circuit thing, so that what I want to do is that, so when you hit a button, what I want to happen is I want it to remember this is turned on and keep the light on, and also keep this track switched. But also the button should turn off all the other ones automatically, right? So say this one is on, turned on from my button, and then if I hit any other one, it should turn that one off. That's what I want to have happen. So I'm gonna work on that a little bit and see what I can figure out. I mean, this works for now, but yeah. Actually, I might as well just show it in action first before I work on it some more. So let me just... First we'll do one round with it turned off. If I can get in the cart... Ah, did I not push the right mouse button? I tried to jump in there. Okay, let me try again. Can I not get in? There we go. Yeah, so you can see when everything's off, it doesn't turn on any of these. It tries to, but it just comes back. So now if I turn any one of these on, and have it stay on, then it'll go. So this is kind of my proof of concept to make sure that I know the basics of how it works. So it's been blown up by gas a few times, but Yeah, they can spawn up there sometimes. This is the dangerous part right here. If a gas shooting from over there, there's no wall on that side yet. And this circle, I think I'm going to take down. It's not really working. My idea was to have like maybe rail track coming in each corner, but that's kind of, I want it all one place, so I got a bit lower here. There's lava under this too, but yeah, that's what I have so far. It just needs a bit of refinement, but I just thought I'd show you the progress that I use. I don't remember why I put a light down here. Oh yeah, I was putting these half slabs down because you can't carry, when you're carrying a chest with this chest carrying mod tool thing, you can't walk up, can't jump up half slabs, you have to use slabs to walk down. So I was thinking maybe I could make this some sort of castle house thing. I could put a door here on this redstone here to kind of protect it, 'cause this might get more advanced later. Let's kind of dress it up a bit. But anyway, let me go figure out something more advanced here. Okay guys, I've got something worked out over here where if I push the button, oops, it's locked in the on position. But you can turn it off with reset up here. So this is going to be the default here. It's turned off. So that signal's off. Hit the button and it stays locked. Now how this works is, this is just so basically it starts out with this. Repeater pulls power through the block, we know that already, and a torch on top will get the opposite of the button. So that's the start. Next thing we do is we need to make this stay on once the signal goes up. Oops, not there. So we start with, okay, how do we get this dust hooked up to the rest of the system? Right, so if we do that, nothing happens still. But if we put a torch above this block, well, we've seen this before in all our farms, this sends power directly upwards, but not any other direction, and then just sends it to the dust. So when I push this button, this dust up there will actually alternate. So that's being affected by the button now, so the signal goes two directions. It goes diagonally upward like this and straight out. Okay, so now this, if we get this to hit toggle something on and off, like a torch, so that it stays on, like so. There. That should be everything now, yeah, because as soon as this power goes on, now this torch staying on makes that on, just make this off. That's good. As soon as this torch goes off, this dust will go off, which means this torch will go on. And this torch powers something below it. So this dust is now getting power from two sources. It gets power from the repeater, and it gets power from the torch above it. Now how do we get it to stay? That's the last thing. I should say that I looked up a couple tutorials for this. I just did a Google search for RS NOR latch, because I knew that was the thing that I wanted to use. So the last thing I need is actually, we want this repeater to be the opposite way around. Because this torch is now powering this dust. We don't need this repeater to power it anymore. So we actually want to change the loop to go the other direction. Now what's going to happen is that we want this block to stay on, right? This is the block that's sending power to the track ultimately, because the power comes from the button to this block, up through here, through this torch, and there. So if this block is powered, the track is powered, basically. So when this button goes on, we want that power to loop back around into this block. So now this block is still powered on. That's why this button doesn't do anything, because this block is receiving power already. It's as if the lever was sitting on this block turning it on. So now it's locked in the on position. And that's why this repeater is backwards. Because looking at this, it may not really make sense how it works, but I hope I explained that correctly. So now, I mean, of course it doesn't stop us from having multiple ones on at once, and that's where having a reset switch comes in. I showed it briefly already, is that, so if I connect all these together, I hope this still works, even though they're not kind of in ball form, they're in straight form. This should still work. So if I press a button or a lever or somehow signal this redstone, yes, even if I just pulse it for a second, that should reset all of them. Now this whole line is powered. That might cause problems, but maybe not. Let's see. Okay, so now they're all turned off, right? Because that torch is the opposite of what it really is. So we turn one of them on. Does it still work? It does not work. Okay, so somehow having that reset switch in there. What if I break these? Now does it work? Now it works. But all of a sudden, oh right, because now they're sharing power between them. Okay, well what if I separate these by repeaters? Oops. Just a second. Okay, we're back. What if I separate these by repeaters? Does that make sense? So now do they work? So if I turn this one on, no, it doesn't go all the way through. So that a reset switch like that doesn't work. So we need another way to do a reset. Okay, I'll have to figure something else out. So a bunch of gas started shooting at me and realized I didn't have a bow on me or any armor for some reason. So I'm gonna make some arrows. I can't find any. Grab my bow. Oh, that's my infinity bow. I thought it was my power 3. Well, that works. Also something crazy is I was picking up these lamps with my silk touch while they were turned on, and they came back as on in my inventory. I thought they fixed that in 1.4. I bet when I put them down, they'll turn off again. Yeah. It's just funny. Okay. And then my armor's probably in here. What's my respiration? This for underwater. I can't remember why I took it off. But, anyway. Let's go back in and see if we can take him out. Okay, I think he's gone. You can see he was... his shots all landed right here and set all this on fire. He was right there. Ooh, that's not actually gone. That's just not loading in. But yeah, he was right up there. Let's see if he's gone yet. He's not respawning. It's okay. Okay, anyway. Is my view distance on far? It's on normal. That's okay. Anyway. Trying to get a reset on here. What I do know is that if I have my buttons on me still, which oh, that right there. Okay, we don't know that this can do a reset. So like that's turned on. Oh, it's not staying on anymore. Did I break it again? Hold on. Oh right, I was fooling around with these guys, but that's not gonna work. It's gonna keep that on and just break everything. Okay, yeah, so we can turn it on, it stays on, right? But we know that this does a reset. Right? So we turn this one on, and then this does a reset. So powering that top block turns it off, basically. So we just need to get power to this block in such a way that it doesn't interfere with this redstone dust in any way, because that's integral to the whole thing. So one way to do that is if we just block this off completely, like this. My inventory's still full of crap. Oh man. Okay. And then now dust on top won't work, will it? But and then no, we don't want to. Just work with me and work with me. So instead of using a button to power that block, if you use a repeater to power that block, just bear with me here. This might be crazy. Oh no, that's getting power from... Where's that getting power? Okay. Yeah? Oh, this redstone dust is powering that block, isn't it? From that side, in a certain way. Yeah, so that... Yeah, so if we turn it on... Reset. Well, let me just try this anyway. So if we do this... Okay, those are coming on for some reason. So this probably isn't going to work. It needs to be here. Okay, let's see if this does any sort of reset job. Or not. Oh, maybe it did. Let's see. Turn that one on. Oh, it's not staying on anymore because of this. Yeah, so that's not going to work. Okay, let's try something else. Oh, and that silk touch thing, I can just show you here. Let's play with lights. So you can see that if I pick these up while they're lit, they stay lit. That's pretty funny. Anyway, what I was gonna do is, if I can't get the reset working, I can at least get maybe get these lights working. So that if I put the lights here, now will it go on when I turn this on? It will. So when I reset it, it'll turn off. Yes. Okay. So that's my inventory is still clogged, but that's working. So so none of the trash are turned on. Lights is on. Okay. So that still works. We still need a reset. Okay, trying something else. I pull these buttons back a bit, so even though this dust doesn't look like it's connecting these two blocks, it really is. So you can see my on button is over here now, like that. So we can turn it on, we can turn it off. Now, I'm going to try to put the reset signal along here. So if I close these off, does it still work? Yes. On, off. Okay. So then, if I replace these buttons with something like this, oops, why is that not working? Okay, so now, so we can turn it on and turn it off, yeah. Okay, that's not bad. We can always pull these buttons back further if we need to. So now, if our reset signal, all the reset has to do is power every one of these repeaters exactly once. So if I pull my reset down here, which can come in from TreeCapitator or from anything, so now I can turn one of them on, blah blah blah, reset turns them all off. No, we should never get multiple ones turned on. If they do, now this reset is turning them all off. Perfect. That is exactly what I want. Any more ghasts spawning? I hear lots of pigmen, but no ghasts. Okay. This is working. Covered up the top of this, so if any ghasts come, they're not, hopefully won't destroy my redstone. Okay, let me do some finishing touches and see if I can get it cleaned up here. Okay, I need to pull this back a little bit more. My buttons will be right here. Just like that. And again, I like to test to see if this works. Again. So we can have all this redstone behind this wall here. And then here we can put signs or whatever else we need to do. Again, it may not be stone brick, this is just a skin. But I can use a skin any time. So we want these lights at the same level as this wall, basically, when it's flush. So then all the redstone is hidden away, and all we see is this, and maybe it's in a building or something. Okay, let's see if we can get... So that torch is powered from below, or inverted from below, I should say. So then the dust won't work. The torch actually flips and dust doesn't. So what we need is a signal from those torches coming to the lamp. So is this going to work? Is that torch going to power that dust? I think it should. No, that torch does not. That torch does not power this dust. Oh, if we put a block on top of it, it'll power the block to power the dust. There we go. Okay. So it's off. Each one of these has a sign or a picture or something. You know, where it is. So this one goes to one location, this one goes to another location, and in the middle we can put anything. These blocks are not needed at all. In fact, we can put a block here and here if we want. Oh, not there. That's redstone. Okay, so the block should be there. And this can be, I don't know, chest or whatever. So we pick our signal. Let me put one here. Pick our location. Light comes on. reset, they all turn off. Perfect. So we got our lamps, we got our reset. This one needs to be hooked up. And then, of course, I want all my redstone also enclosed, which means we want this covered up. I don't want any redstone exposed to potential gas. And, oh man, look at that army. I don't want to pick a fight with them. Okay, I can hear a ghast. It's probably behind one of these walls. Good thing they're up. There we go. So we hit one. Good to go. Hit the reset. And we reset. So this reset doesn't have to come from this side. It can come from the other side. It's just a straight wire. So what I can do is, say, I pick a location. I jump on my craft. It goes. I still need to hook up these wires to the switchers. You can see here the two outputs. So what I'm going to do is, so my track, I'm going to be riding on a cart. I need some sort of detector switch. Maybe a detector cart that turns that off. But then I have to put a detector on each outgoing line. Or I could hook it up to here. So here, these are all the, okay, this can actually in fact be like it was before now. Where if we close all this off. There we go. So these aren't being used yet. So off is the one that's selected, on is the one that's not selected. Okay, let me just build this and show you what I mean. Okay, I hooked this up to the track again, same as I did before. So let's make sure this is working. So in this situation, the track will go straight and come back. So if I turn on the right one, the cart will go through, and again, this is all together, and now it'll turn left. Okay, good. So all I need to do is somehow connect this to a time delay that eventually comes and hits the reset signal before I get too far away. So basically, whenever one of these gets turned off, whenever at least one of these gets turned off, we want the reset signal to pulse exactly once. Or I could just leave the reset manual for now. That's an option. Let me see how much time we've spent in this episode already, because I think we're getting long and we've gotten lots done, which is great. Okay, looks good now. I put wooden buttons on here and dressed it up a bit. Now it works perfectly. We also got the reset line coming in, so that when one of these tracks is turned on, we just invert the signal and send it to the reset line. So the reset line starts here, it goes this way. Can be triggered by any of these. It thinks along these repeaters to give it a delay. We need to delay it long enough so that if I'm dumping in a cart over there and it's going to send me off, it needs to stay turned on long enough for me to get out. And this seems like a long enough time. Actually, let's give it a try. Why not? Let's see. Let's pick this line because it doesn't actually go anywhere. Now, I'm hitting two buttons there, but I want to get it so I only have to hit one button. You can see, without the reset, that this was a U shape, so returning home might have sent me on this U shape one. You could have multiple ones turned on, and that's just a mess. Yeah, at first I had the reset line coming from pressure plates by the portal, but we don't need that anymore. This is much better. Yeah, so I'm going to get going. Leave a like and a comment if you liked the video. Let me know if anything needs more explaining here. I can go into more detail on it. Other than that, I'm just going to cover this in a box and then dress up this room a bit nicer. I might have to move this a bit because this rail line is the return line and we need to bring that home. I might bring it around this way or something around the portal, and it needs to come back in here. And then we'll either have a cart just sitting, waiting, or maybe some sort of hopper system to have the carts return in. But I gotta go. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next time.